my 9 steps to a profitable salon lifestyle. I don't know where you are on your salon journey right now, but what I want to do is take you on a journey for the next hour, me and you together, and go through maybe your salon, how your salon's performing. Is it performing well? Are you paying yourself what you would like to pay yourself? Are you actually living the life that you want to live? I believe that your salon should be able to give you the life that you want. And a lot of salon owners out there are struggling to make that happen. The reality is that they don't do it because of certain reasons. And I'm going to go through them hopefully in the next hour together, and you'll see some aha moments when you get to check in with yourself, hopefully. So come and join us, open your mind and realize that when I say that there's an old model, which was, how your old boss or your boss's boss used to run things. And there's the new model where that doesn't work anymore. So we have to switch somewhere along the line. So come with us on this journey and spend this hour together. And I'll go through the reasons why maybe you're not getting the money you deserve from your salon. Let's start right back at the beginning, your beginning. When I first started my beginning, I opened my salon, I had this beautiful dream. And I want you to think about your dream. I want you to think about when you first opened your salon, what was it like when you opened that salon? What did you want to happen? For me, it was giddy, the excitement. I remember doing my very first client, and I can remember he came about 1:30 and he said to me, "Am I your first client?" I said, "No, no, you're not. I've been doing loads of people." And then 3 years later, I confessed that he was my first client. And I was giddy and I thought I was going to be rich and I thought I'd have to take some time off with my kids. And the reality was 7 years later, and I was trapped by my salon. I couldn't take time off. I was the busiest person. Nobody could take more than a week's holiday off. It was so hard. The reality was absolutely nothing like the dream. And I hit a wall. There was a guy stealing from me. There were staff members that were leaving me, and I couldn't find new staff members. I couldn't afford to pay them any more money. My salon started to look a little bit tired. And I realized then that I don't want a salon like this. I'd been doing exactly what my boss was doing. And my boss started getting a bit grumpy and nasty towards us. But now I know why, because he probably couldn't afford to pay the bills, just like I couldn't. And I had to figure out, why did some salon owners make money and why was I not? And I went on this search, and it took me, about 15 years to master this. And I want to share with this today. So let's start off. You can press pause if you want to. And what's your reality like? Are you back where you first started? Are you still on that dream? Is it sort of like becoming a bit of a, I can't believe I'm not making money yet. I've been doing this 15, 20 years and nothing's happening. If that's you, then let's move forward and we move forward on through this. Guys, I'm also look out for a free gift I'll be sending you shortly as well. First of all, I want to dive in. We sort of calculated, a year with us when people worked with us. Some people made a lot of money, which we'll show you through this workshop, and some people didn't do so well. But on average, we made about 84,000 extra money for the clients that we worked with. And what I'm seeing right now is that clients are dragging out their appointments, and what we're doing is working on a project to get clients to return sooner. We're seeing at the moment that clients aren't as loyal. So we're working with our clients right now to make sure loyalty is a priority. We know team members aren't loyal. So we're working with our team members right now to actually, keep their team members so they don't lose them, which costs them so much money. You see, we're having success with our clients because we're working on the biggest failings right now that's happening in the salon world. You might know what some of them are. One of the biggest things we see is the salon owner like yourself is probably working a little bit too hard. I think that if we gave you a plan, like do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, most of you don't have time to do that. Most of you don't do it. So what we're finding working at the moment is really simple. The people that aren't working full-time on the floor and can dedicate some hours to growth are making more money than the salon owners that are busy. The ones that are working with their salon numbers, the ones that know how much profit they're making, the ones that know their wage percentage, the ones that know if their staff are on a 3 times wage, those that are knowing how to get clients in the door, they're the ones that are making money. And the ones that don't have a plan, the ones that just literally look at their bank account and go, I've got money in the bank, I'm doing okay, are the ones that are struggling right now. And that may be you, I'm not too sure. One thing we do know is that the reason that you're not necessarily growing your business is because you're spending way too much time on maybe social media. you're a bookkeeper, you're working the floor, a hairdresser or beautician, you're a teacher trying to train your team, you've got to do some sort of accounting, you've got to pay your bills, you've got to be a stock controller and a mediator, you've got to make sure that the team don't all fall out. You're wearing so many hats, and not one of these hats was on business growth, if you noticed. So I want to ask you a question. How much time are you actually spending right now on your business growth? What are you actually doing there to make this a reality? And the biggest dilemma we're seeing with salon owners today is they can't find staff. And as you know, we experience the biggest shortage of people staying in our industry ever. Over 50% of staff say they're looking for another job. So something's wrong with salon owners if their staff are thinking about leaving. Attracting clients is the first foundation. I want you to picture this for a second. Someone is leaving a salon and they're going searching for somewhere else. And if they've been on social media and they've checked out social media and they've checked out the websites and they've checked out the inside and they've checked out all the before and afters, they then choose a salon. And what happens is when they go to that salon, they don't live up to the expectations of that client, so they leave. So most people are attracting the wrong clients or they're lying to them. And then, of course, clients aren't so loyal. And with only 50% of new clients staying and 24% of your normal clients leaving, you're leaking clients and there's holes in your businesses right now. And something needs to change. It really does. So I was like that until I had my salon, like I said, and I got to a stage year 7 where I decided that I was done. And I thought I need to go out of the industry. And I went on a search to find out like what it is that other people were doing. And I realized that people systemized their business. So they didn't do all the work themselves. They made their salon the destination and not them. They made sure their team members did things just like they did. We call that the client journey. And I went on a mission to do this over the next 15 years, like I said. But it was hard. But the reality was, it was my mindset that needed to change more so than anything else. I needed to change my boundaries. If I was going to say, I want a client treated this way, then that client needs to be treated that way. If I wanted my telephone answered in 3 rings, it needs to be answered in 3 rings, not 2 and not 4. I had to put systems into place, systems that made the salon grow, systems that my clients would love and what my staff would love too. And I decided to build these systems with my team. I got my team together and said, this isn't working for me. Like, this is not what I expected. I need to do something different. And they all got on board with us. And that's the key when you start most things. First of all, for you guys that don't know me, my name is Richard McCabe, and I'm the founder of Lifestyle Salon Systems. I've been a hairdresser all my life. I started hairdressing when I was 17 years old. I've worked at multiple salons. And for myself, as I went through my journey, I realized that I couldn't afford to feed my wife and children. So I had to become a salon owner to make some money. Now, I made a bit of money, but it consumed my life. It sort of held me as a prisoner. But then when I became free at year 7, for the next 15 to 20 years, I worked on my business systems and I worked on my team members. And in the end, my salon run without me. My salon made me good money. I paid myself well over 3,500 every single week without fail. And I decided then when I was going to buy my third salon that I was going to hopefully, sit back and relax. And I'd got 3 salons and I was going to check in and cash all the money. And then I realized that most salons out there weren't making any money and I had to start all over again. I didn't have the energy to start a fresh salon. I wanted to buy one. And I remember it very clearly. I was driving to work and I started coaching some salons. I picked 10 salons and I was coaching them just part-time for a bit of fun, really. And then I had a phone call from this lady from Alabama saying she had a massive staff walkout. And I went to work that day and I was working, I had a 9 to 9 day booked in and I was doing Mona at 9 o'clock. She was my 9 o'clock every Thursday. And did this blow dry for Mona. And I remember it got to about 11 o'clock and all I kept thinking about how I was going to try and save this salon in Alabama with my coaching. And I remember my apprentice, Beth, says to me, hey, Richard, you can't do both. You can't coach and work the floor. And I said, of course I can. She said, you can't. She said that, Mona's been talking to you and other people have been talking to you and you're not really listening. And I said, no, I wasn't. So that night I went home and put my salon up for sale and the rest is history. And I became a full-time coach because the fire in my belly to help salon owners like you that are struggling or not seeing what I'm seeing or haven't been through for them 15 years, or maybe you weren't in pain quick enough like I was in the first 7 years. And for me, sharing this story, and I can't do that in an hour's workshop, but that's why we coach people. The reality is that there is a better life than what you've got now, and it's there for the taking. And some of us took it, and I want to show you the pathway to make that happen. So I want to share with you a couple of clients who work with us. So this particular client, I joined Lifestyle Salon Coaching because I wanted to do something after COVID. I remember this person very well. Richard said he could get me from 700,000 to 1 million, and I didn't believe him. Most people that come to us, we suggest that we get a 30% increase in the first year, which is a really good cash in your bank. So if you need some cash, it's a really good way of doing that. We were excited to learn all the new stuff, and the team were all excited too. And we did it. They made the million, just over 1 million in 12 months, and they celebrated that. And most people in my coaching group know exactly who this person is. This particular person, I was stressed out and didn't know what to do. So I joined Lifestyle Salon Coaching. I had 2 salons and I was juggling so many hats. Richard made sense of the muddled mess in my head. We made a plan to get the salons working without me. And today she's completely free from her salon, has a manager to look after the 2 salons, and she's at home being a mum and absolutely adores it. And then, of course, we have this particular person. I heard Richard on a podcast and I liked what I heard. I had a coach already, but Richard gave me confidence. I wanted to grow my salon big enough to pay myself a big enough wage to buy my own flat. Uh, Year 1, we doubled his business, and year 2, we almost doubled it again. And he's bought his 2-bedroom flat in central London, and we was in London on an event, and he stood up and shared that with all of us, that he finally bought a house all on his own, saved the deposit, and had enough money that the mortgage people would lend him. And you know what prices are like in London. He was super stoked for that. So if this is you right now, if your takings have flatlined, if your salon's takings have decreased or they've stopped growing, if you're losing staff, like if your staff are going to self-employed, or you find it hard to attract team members, if you have no money, you're the master at juggling bills and nothing in the bank account at the end of the month. If you don't understand your numbers, they confuse you, so you shy away or you just wing them. Or if you're over it, if you really feel burnt out, if you're getting too hard and disheartening, and you're thinking of selling and getting a job. And I did that twice myself, thinking that like, I'm done, I've had enough. It's amazing how disheartening it is when you're working so hard and you don't have much money to show for it. Or you've got no family time and you're feeling like it's, your family time is really poor. Or you're working all the hours and you got no work-life balance and you're just doing your social media and your bookkeeping like at home on the lap in front of the telly, not really being present with your family. Or you're overwhelmed, you feel like there's too much to do and not enough time, and with a never-ending list and not getting through to them at the end of it. And of course, you're lost. You've tried so many things to grow your salon, but you just don't know what to do next. If that's you right now, and a lot of people on this call will be, because that was me 7 years ago when I went on a search and took 15 years to find this, you're in the right place. This is where you're meant to be today. Like, this is it. Come and join us on the next 50 minutes and let's figure out how we can make your business give you the lifestyle you want. See, most of you are here maybe because you're stuck in the war zone. You see, we call the war zone anything between £100,000 up to about £300,000. And that's where most salon owners sit. And they'll sit there. We call it the war zone because every day is a battle. You just about get ahead and somebody leaves. You're just about to get ahead and a big bill comes in. You're just about to get ahead. And it's always just about. It never actually happens. Well, the reality is you've got to crack that 300,000. You really do, to get a good living, a good wage from your salon, to not have too much stress, to lose a staff member and it won't really bother you that much. And you've got to figure out, what does it take to get to that 300,000? How many staff do I need? How many clients do I need? And how much is my average bill? And if you don't know the answers to that, then it's time to learn, because that's the key. And that's why everyone's stuck in that 100,000 war zone, because they don't know the numbers, how important the numbers are. So if you're working with like an outdated or broken model, if you've just copied your old boss, or you've gone opposite to your old boss and go, well, I'm not going to be like that, I'm going to be like this, how's it working out for you? Because for a lot of the people that we see, and a lot of the people, these numbers have come from the National Hair Federation in the UK and the AHF in Australia, like most people are sitting in that band of just not enough. But there are so many successful salon owners out there that at the higher level are doing something different to you guys. We're going to share with that. So why are so many salon owners unsuccessful and get stuck in the war zone? Well, 80% of salon owners never make any money. That's a fact. 60% of salon owners struggle working week to week. They never get ahead. And I believe that one of the reasons is you're just too busy. Like literally, we realize that when we've seen hundreds and hundreds of salon owners we've been coaching and speaking to, the busy they are doing all the stuff, putting the fires out, paying wages, answering messages, training the team, doing the stock bookkeeping, paying bills, wages, emails. If they do all that, then the reality is, what time have you got to grow your business? And it's probably none. So that's why sometimes getting a coach, an accountability person, makes a massive difference. My partner's just joined an online fitness, and she's paying a man just to be accountable, and it's paying off because she has to answer to someone. It makes a massive difference. Maybe that's why when we coach people, we make them an average of 80,000 extra a year. And the reality is that most salon owners aren't even growing by 17,000 a year, which is absolutely terrible. This particular guy here who joined lifestyle salon coaching because he wanted to get off the floor. They obviously weren't. They've gone to a big stage through here. I remember this really quite well. I jumped on a webinar just like this. I remember them on the webinar very well, and did a leap of faith and believed Richard would help me get to the next level. I have learned so many new ways to grow my salon. I have over 80 new clients each month and just followed his systems. Anytime I asked her, what's your secret? What's your secret? I need to say her name then. I've been with Richard for 2 years now. My salon runs 100% without me. I only speak to my manager for 1 hour a week. This particular person has a sideline business that she wanted to concentrate on more. So we got her off her business. She bought the building, and now she just literally speaks to her manager 1 hour a week. She's really got to that lifestyle salon. This person had 2 salons. I was stuck and money was becoming an issue. After booking a call with Rich, I decided I had nothing to lose. I knew I was stuck and I couldn't do it alone. Bloody hell, there was a lot I didn't know. I'm now off the floor full time, doubled my salon's takings, and I'm now the proud owner of shop number 3. This particular person, I joined Richard's lifestyle salon coaching because he was in the crap, and she was. I didn't really believe Richard's claims of 30% increase in takings, but I had no other choice. I was losing money and couldn't really afford to pay Richard, but I couldn't afford not to. I didn't realize how hard it was to pay back the debt, but I had found my mojo and takings started to increase. We bloody did it. I only paid back over 70,000 in debt and took my salon over the 500,000 mark. Bloody genius. These are some of the quotes that we got from our clients. This particular client, we was in London, and it was a very tearful, emotional moment. I met her a year before at a live event, and I convinced her to come and join us. And she had nothing to lose, like she said. And a year later, she stood up in the same room with the same people and cried to say that she paid all her debt off, and she hit the 500,000 mark, and she was so giddy. It was crazy. This is a lot of hard work. She did this. This is not just something we can do really easy. I've got no magic wands. She put a lot of hard work to make this happen. We held her accountable. We looked after her profit and loss. We looked after her numbers, and we just said, just do what you do best. And she literally just grew wings and flew. So why are we getting some great results with our clients while other salons out there are struggling or stuck? Well, let's find out. So I believe that most salon owners, maybe this is you, like you don't know your numbers. Maybe you're not interested because you don't like it. Boring, don't want to get involved with it. I'll just leave it to my accountant, which is the worst thing you can do because they are not business growth experts. They're just historians. You give them the history of the year and they just find a way of saving you tax. That's all they do. So they are terrible with advice. Most accountants themselves have terrible businesses and don't make much money themselves, believe it or not. You don't understand your numbers. You don't want to know your numbers, or you think they're too complicated, and you've got to know them. So do you know what we decided to do? We found out that a lot of our clients were like that. So we thought, you know what? We'll just do your numbers for you. We give you a nice, easy form to fill in every month, and you fill your form in. They go against your target of 30%. And we send you some coaching on all the holes in your business to find out exactly what's going on so you know what to work with. We don't just sit there and make this up. We don't go, let's coach you with no numbers. How can we do that? We've got to figure out what's working and what's not, and what you're doing so we can see exactly what you need to focus on in your business. I believe you don't have enough money. I believe that you haven't got enough surplus cash put away. And that means you haven't got enough money to pay your team more. You haven't got enough money to pay you more. So you're deflated. Like your salon's getting tired, like mine was in year 7. Like you're struggling and you're borrowing money to pay the VAT. So you're borrowing out of next week's money. You're dipping into the money to cover your VAT. Now you're behind with the VAT. And now you never seem to have any money. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul. And your salon bills are the same. They're just getting bigger and bigger, and you're struggling and you feel like, I can't seem to get ahead. Well, the reality is, if your team members are hitting 3 times wage, I know that you have lots of profit in your business and there will be no issues. But most of you can't seem to get your team to even hit 3 times wage. We came up with this very simple formula that when we onboard people. So if you guys today join us, literally what will happen is that you will get a first conversation with me. We'll go and watch this module, find out how to do the basic numbers, and there's only 3 numbers to figure out. And this aha moment that you will get when you see this is amazing. You'll actually get to see why you're not making any money. And it is the number one tool that no other coach uses because I created this just for me. And that's why I believe that instantly when you join us, you'll know exactly what to work on in your business. And I think that's the majority of the reason people don't know what to work on. They just do jobs and not necessarily growth strategies at all. And you like if you're working too much in the salon, you're going to have to pull back a little bit. Like you're dealing with complaints, and only you can do this, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Like we've got strategies to make that not happen. Clients checking in with clients and making sure they get into return, stock counting, ordering and paying, bookkeeping, getting everything organized for the bookkeeper, training staff, finding models, training your team. Like you've got nothing better to do. Going through your emails and answering email inquiries, sorting out wages, social media, working the floor to earn the money because you're obviously one of the top earners. Like this is not going to grow your business. It's like let's just take a reality check, guys. This is what you're doing now. And how's that working out for you? Most people say it's not. You don't have enough money because you're not working on the right things. Like you've got to systemize your business somewhere along the line. You've got to be able to offload some of them jobs to other people so you can earn some money. Like for me, when we work with salon owners, one of the first things we try and say to them, like, if you give me 3 hours, 3 hours a week on growth, you'll definitely make money. And you'd be better off planning that, plan ahead of the game. And 3 hours, it's not a lot of it's not what 6 cut and blow dries, it's 6 nails, it's 6 massages. It's not a lot that you've got to give up of your time. And sometimes it's worth investing in yourself. You see, you're leaking clients. On average, a client's worth between 2 to 4 thousand a year. And we know that if you're losing a lot of your new clients, and we know if you're losing an awful lot of your current clients, we'll take a look. An average salon loses 75% of new clients, which is bonkers, but it's true. These stats come from your governing bodies. The reality is that new clients are moving around because they're not getting what's expected from them. So hear me up here is that, somebody like let's pull me back. Let's do a bit of coaching for a session for a second. And this is what you could tell your team because it makes a difference. Let's say you're going to go somewhere special. You're going to go and take someone that you love out for a meal. And if you're anything like me, I will be straight onto Google. I will be looking for best restaurant around. I will then go to their Google My Business, find out what the reviews they've got. I will then go to the website and find out how much they charge. I will look at their website, see if they're modern or not. I will try and find pictures of their food and their decor, and then I'll make a decision. And on that decision, I'll know how much I'm going to pay roughly when I turn up there. Obviously, going to spend more when they upsell me with some wine and stuff. Love that. I hope they do. And I have an expectation of what that's going to look like. Can you picture that? When you walk through this restaurant, are they going to be nice or horrible? Are they going to sit you down? Is it going to be clean? Is the menus going to be clean? Are they going to greet you by name? Are they going to offer you a drink? Are they going to give you free bread? Are they going to offer you entrees? Are they going to offer you a main? Are they going to offer you dessert? Are they going to offer you coffee? Are they going to be polite? You have a vision, right? That's no difference to your salon. When someone leaves a salon, they've gone through the same process. They've gone to Google, they've looked at the reviews, they've looked at your salon, they might have done a drive-by, they've looked at your team members, they've looked at your pricing, they've looked inside your decor, and they're expecting a certain quality. And then they get your worst team member on the day. Can you honestly say that your salon will guarantee every client will get what you're telling them in your social media and your reviews and everything else? Most people can't. And that's where you need to be spending some of your time. And also, the average salon loses 26% of its clients. And the biggest reason they lose it is because the clients feel they've been taken for granted. Exactly the same thing we've been talking about. You have to dig deep, guys. This is what you need to be working on in your business, not doing all the other rubbish stuff. You see, low profits, right? Reality is because you're spending too much money. Like your money's out of whack and you don't know how much your wages are and you don't know how much your stock spend is. And you've got to make sure that percentage is correct. They're the two biggest beasts. If you master them, you'll have loads of money. You're paying your staff more when you can't afford it. Like you buy more stock than you need. You're buying a new car, which a lot of people have and they can't afford it. Not knowing your numbers, not knowing your break even point, not knowing if you're making profit, not even looking at your numbers. And you're relying on your accountant to tell you if you're doing good or not. Like this has to change. Like learn the simple numbers that can change your salon, how you run your salon. First of all, break even. Simple break even exercise will let you know how much you need to make in your salon to be profitable. Super simple. A 3-year profit and loss spreadsheet, a little more advanced, but gets to know your three bills 3 years ahead is amazing. Imagine that. No more ups and downs with your weeks. You know exactly what you're going to do in your business and what bills are due. And Profit Now, which I brought into the business world, into our salon world, probably about 7 years ago now. It's a clever way to segment your bills and money so you always have surplus money in the bank. If you want to be wealthy, Profit Now is something you need to plug into your business. It's good for staff, for doing profit share with your team. The reality is like most people don't have any future planning. They don't plan for big bills. They don't plan for growth. They don't plan for having a refit. They're working week to week. They've got no targets for themselves personally. There's no tracking going on, and they're letting the week take you instead of you taking the week. Like, I just want to pause for a second here, guys, and I want to just check in with you. Like, this was shown to me a few years ago, and it made a massive difference in my life. Someone said to me, we are business owners, and you are a business owner, and it means that you're in charge of your own money. It means that if you want to pay yourself 100,000 a year, you can. If you want to pay yourself 500,000 a year, you can. If you want to pay yourself 25,000 a year, you can. So the best way I found this to happen, this is one of the first thing we do with most people when they join us, is find out what they want out of life. Like if we're lucky, we're going to be here for 100 years. Let's make it a really good 100 years. What legacy do you want to leave for your kids? Like, what house do you want to live in? What street do you want to live in? What car do you want to drive? Where do you want to go on holiday? How do you want to travel? At the front end of the plane or the back end of the plane? What is it you want out of your life? And let's just pick a number up. Let's say you want 50,000 a year as a wage. Well, you got to decide how that 50,000 is going to be paid to you. I mean, like, how much does your salon need to take for you to make 50,000? And that's a number we can work out right now. And if we know that number, we can work out how many staff members we need to make that number a reality. We can work out how many clients you need to get in the salon to make them work. And we can work out your average bill. And then we'll know exactly a real plan. And then we take that down to the team members and go, hey, Johnny, you've got to earn 50,000 this year. And Bob, you've got to earn 50,000 this year. And we coach them to do that. You see, once you know what your goal is out of life, what you want, then you can give your salon a goal. And there's a reason to make it happen. If you just pluck a number out of the air, it's not going to mean anything to you. Right now, looking on this screen where I'm talking to you, I've got my own board that I want out of life. I've got a picture of a house that I want to live in, and it's expensive, but I'm going to make that happen. There's a wedding venue. I'm getting married this year. There's a wedding venue that I chose, and we're getting married there. It was a nice, expensive, stately home, and I wanted to get married there, and it made it happen. There's an engagement ring, a big fat rock that I wanted to buy my fiance because I wanted it to be really special. I wanted it to be, like the last diamond ring I ever buy. And I made it happen because my business had to hit a certain criteria to pay me a certain wage to make me live the life I wanted. And you're at that stage right now. And if you have not got, if you don't want anything out of life, then you've got what you've given. But if you want more for you, more for your kids, more for your family, then you got to earn more and your salon's got to do more. And we have a plan to make that happen. It's very simple once you break it down. You see, I believe that the reason your salon is not where it is at the moment is it's costing you something you don't know. Like lost clients. If the average salon is losing 26%, on average, you're losing about a quarter, 25% of your money. So think about how much your salon's taking right now. If it's taking 100 grand, you're losing 25,000 right now. Staff members, I believe that about every time you lose a staff member, it's about 50K that you lose. When a staff member leaves you, it hurts. But financially, it hurts even more. We literally, on a coaching call right before I did this, had a client of mine that wanted some damage control. Staff members leaving, and they take 10,000 a month. So this staff member actually earns them 120,000 a year, and we're doing our best to try and make that like not a reality. We want to make sure we keep some of that money. Keep chopping and changing staff hurts, and profit. Like not knowing your numbers, overspending on wages and stock is the biggest thing we see. And the reality is, if you don't master that, your profit will always be small. And then, of course, you got to make sure you're profitable with the services you offer. So, why do so many salon owners get it wrong? What you're doing now just isn't working, and you don't realize it. Like your structure is out of date, you're employing on skill, you're getting reviews for your salon software, not for Google. You got boring social media, do rubbish consultations, you're taking on the wrong people, you're not investing in apprentices, you're making your grid look good. I think it's going to make a difference. You're taking too long and complicated colors without charging for it. You're not making rebooking a priority. Yeah. You charge people to book online and you allow clients to book online. These are some of the things that I see that are hindering your growth and they need to stop. You're copying people that are doing this, that they're not making money either, and you're copying their ways. Like you got to do what you do yourself. You're following an as-date model. They're just copying their boss, you're copying your boss, and you're working on the wrong things. And it's probably leaving you lost and overwhelmed, and you don't know what else to try, and you're confused. So you just continue doing it. And the reality is you need a plan, even make it simple. You'll get results, you know exactly what to work on, and you know which direction. That's what our clients get. That's what they're paying for. And the new way that you need to look at is like how to attract clients to your business and get them to return. You need to make sure that you can control your spending and make sure profit is high. And you need to make sure when it comes down to it that you business isn't all about you. Your business is about your salon. You make your salon the destination. These are things that you need to learn, and we'll go deeper in them in a second. Here's one client of mine that did. I watched Richard for over a year. Over a year. How long have you been watching me? And before I made a decision to join him and see if I could help. I was scared and skeptical. Well, she was, but I wanted the salon to grow so I could sell it. She was ready to exit out. I found following Richard's steps and chatting with him made it easy to implement the things that worked in the salon. I've been with Richard now for over a year and a half. We have meetings every single week with this person. I love her. We did a 30% increase in year one and on to do 25% in year two. Oh, and by the way, she has a buyer for her salon. What about this guy? I joined Lifestyle Salon Coaching because I had a busy salon but was losing money and I didn't know what to do and how to fix it. One chat and he found my problem and the solution. I put my big girl pants on and did what needed to be done. This conversation we had with this person, she literally had to sack 2 staff members because she was overstaffed and things were going wrong. And she literally did the next day after coaching, she went in there and sacked 2 people. So, you know, she deserved everything that she got after that. My salon always attracted a lot of clients, but my team needed to be stronger. And with the client journey, I needed to plan to get my clients to return. We worked on that client journey for such a long time. I've now been with Richard for 3 years. And my salon runs very well without me. I've grown most of my team, and this year we've crossed over the million. A very happy girl. Oh, what about this one? I joined Lifestyle Salon Coaching because I wanted to see if there was a better way to run my 5 salons. She was a big group that joined us. I didn't really believe Richard's claim of a 30% increase in takings, as I'm a salon chain that's been around for some time. Well, I signed up my managers and myself to Richard's training. We needed tweaking in certain areas, but wow, it made a massive difference. We achieved a 30% increase across the group, just like Richard said. Now we are working on systemizing everything on a higher level to free me from my mundane jobs. Of course, you know, we can get the salons working, and the next stage then is to get the owner off the admin. And guys, sometimes through this, we ask to reflect. And this is one of them days I want you to reflect. I remember the day well when I said this to myself, and I was speaking to a multimillionaire who was cutting his hair, and he said to me, like, Richard, there's a big reason that you're not successful, and I'm going to tell you what it is. I said to him at the time, like, is it too much to ask for? Like, I want to pay myself a little bit more. I want some nice clients, enough to treat staff now and again, fun, happy, friendly salon, happy team. I want a safe environment, enough money not to stress about the bills anymore. I want time off with my family and a team that's motivated. Is that too much to ask, really? I don't think it is, but most of us don't even get that. What are you currently doing to get results right now? Because what I know for a fact is that a lot of people are doing the wrong things. Are you posting before and after on social media, getting reviews for your software company and doing marketing at home? It's not a good result, right? Trying to increase your takings. You're working 5 days a week on the floor, so you're doing all the work. Online retail sales, pushing the online, trying to attract bigger ticket clients, like let's get some laser people in or some balayage people in and focus on getting your team to sell retail. How's it working for you? And money, do you rely on accountants for information? Do you work week to week? Are you ignoring your crucial numbers or you're not putting money away? Or maybe you need more profit and you've got a little sideline academy, which drives me mad. Like your little sideline businesses, guys, should be cream, not part of your business. If you pay yourself less to make sure you've got money in the bank account, I hear that all the time and it drives me mad. You spend lots on stock to get the best tools because of your own ego, saying yes to staff demands for more money because you're scared they'll leave. And with your team members, do you stop holding meetings? Do you hold team meetings now regular? You're setting targets for your team that's too far ahead for them to even reach. You mix employees with self-employed, which is one of the biggest things that's happening at the moment. It's scary. And getting good team members. Like, if you're doing some of this stuff and it's not working out, you're probably doing it wrong, or you're doing an outdated model. It's probably why you got little profits. And you should stop putting pressure on yourself. If you keep doing this, you'll just get the same results. You've got to do something different. And I want you to introduce the new way. By now, hopefully, you should be convinced that the old way isn't working. The way that you learned it from your old boss or from yourself, just winging it, or just listening to people at social media that they're doing it this way, so you should do it this way. It's not working. Because if it did, you'd be loaded already. I want to show you my new way. The way that worked for me. I left school with little qualifications. I was quiet and shy, and I had no business skills whatsoever. It's also been working great for my clients, and they're just like you. So I'm nothing special, and they're nothing special. But we get special results, and I want to show you why. They've got some great results. Salon 1, she has 100,000 in the bank account. She phoned me up one day and said, "Hey, Richard, I've got 100,000 in my lazy bank account. What do I do with it?" I said, "Give it to me." She didn't. Salon 2 bought her dream house and paid 25,000 cash for an extension without blinking an eye. Salon 3 has a lazy 60 grand in shares. Salon 4, well, that's you. What's your story going to be? I want to go deeper into the new way. Let's talk about sales. For most of you now that are on this call or get to see this video, if your staff are not at 3 times wage, if you've got lots of white spaces, if you're not making a lot of money and you're not hitting the takings you should be, you should have a goal of what your taking should be. And if you're not there yet, your sole focus should be on marketing, getting clients in, getting clients to spend more, getting clients to return, nothing else. So that's the first thing we do when we work with you. You can see we set your salon goals and targets. That's the first thing we do. And then we work on getting you more clients in the door, more bums on seats. We then get you to spend more when they come in. We build systems or bundles to get the clients to spend more. And then we build a keep in touch strategy to get your clients to return. This is the key way to get 30% growth for us. When we work with you, we get a 10% new clients increase in your business, 10% on the average bill, and 10% getting your clients in sooner. And we have great success with that. And we work on that. And then once we've mastered that in your business, we can then move into making profit. But most people go to profit too soon or go to somewhere else too soon, and you'll see. So first of all, we got to control your spending. Once we've got the takings we want, we then look at what you're spending on your money. We've got to control spending. We've got to be profitable, and we've got to make real money. So we put in the profit now system. We put in the break even system, and we start working out. We're making some good money. Now let's get to keep it. And once we've done that, then we can start thinking about training the team, building an academy for your team, systemizing the business so you are freer, and then also building a strategy to find and keep good team members. And then once you have that all in place, then we can then exit, or we can go and get in the salon, or you can go and drink pina coladas on the beach. Now, you won't just stick working all the way up here, because somewhere through you might take on a new employee on, and now you need more taking. So you'll drop yourself down and move back into marketing. And then once you've got the numbers you need, then you move back into profit. So you're going to be going up and down throughout. And that's why we need to take a look at your numbers, because we need to look at where you need to be focused. Now, most of you guys don't know what to work on in your business, but these 9 steps are super simple. You got to decide, like, where do I want to work on my business? What am I working with this month? And most of you just put fires out. You're not actually working on anything. You're not working on anything because you've got no goal set. Your team don't got no goal set. Your teams are bored because they've got nothing to strive for. It really makes it important. The new way, the way that our clients are making great money, the way that we made great money is we just followed this path. This took us over 20 years to build, to fine tune it, to realize that we just work on certain things, then our business would grow. And that's how simple it is, guys. Like, if you want that life, if you want to live that life yourselves, then reality is you just got to figure out, what do I need to work on? Because I know, like, I've been a hairdresser all my life. I'm used to working hard, going through my lunch breaks, working late nights. You're probably the same. But now you're a salon owner. Working hard doesn't work anymore. You've got to be smart, and that means knowing what to work on. You see, no more doubts, guys. To help you know what you need to do, like what we do, we set you up with a 30% increase in takings. Like, that's 30 grand for every 100,000 your salon's doing right now. Do the simple maths, you'll know how much we're meant to earn for you. We give you monthly tracking, number of clients, takings, average bill, weeks in between. That's where that money's going to come from, right at the bottom we showed you just a second ago. And we check in on you every single month, just like my partner's doing with her fitness. Someone's got to hold her accountable, otherwise she'll go and eat biscuits. And she just will, just like you would. Access to our community. Like, there's nothing better than being in the community of salon owners that all want to grow their salons in the employed way. No negative Nancy's in there, I assure you. And you'll never be alone again. Always someone to bounce ideas off. Know what to work on. It's working smart, like we said a minute ago. Group teaching so you all learn together. And one-to-one, have one-to-one access with a coach, which is myself at the moment. And profit and loss checking. You want to make sure you're making money out of this, not just increasing takings, and profit share. You got to make sure that your team get a bit of this money as well. If we can build up the pot, I'm sure you'll share it with your team. And hundreds of hours of teaching and previous recording and templates. We've been doing this for years and years and years, and they're all in there. Lots of gold nuggets whenever you want it, and something secret that's coming soon to change the hairdressing world and the beauty world in a few months' time. So I'll let you know what that is. And this has been proven in my salons and proven in client salons. And we can show you testimonial after testimonial after testimonial. We really can. We can go on and on and on and on and on and on. We've got more than you can imagine. This last one, came in and we made the guy 2,920. Hey, Richard, I've just unlocked 2,920 in sales for my clients who I thought had left my salon. Thanks for the inspo. We sold some vouchers for bundles for haircuts, etc. Balayage. 45 clients saved. What would that mean to you right now? So if you want your salon to grow by 30,000, 50,000, 70,000, or even 100,000 in 12 months' time, what do you think it's worth to you? What do you think is a fair investment? Well, I know you can do this without my help. You can. I did it, but it took me 20 years. So you can either, like, come and join us and we'll show you the quick way and give you the quick way. We've got all the videos, templates, the coaching. We've been here before you. We've got people in our coaching world that's where you were. They were there 3 years ago. They're ahead of you. We're all there to share how we did it. Or you can do it alone. I mean, that's the way it is. Some people out there prefer to do it on their own. You pay with time and money. For myself, I've realized that I don't want to pay with time anymore. I'm happy to pay because I haven't got much time left. I want to get there quicker. There was a good friend of mine that opened up and she said, Richard, I want what you've got. I want to be my salon where yours is, but I don't want to take 15 years to get there. I want it next year. And I said, well, you're going to have to pay someone who's been there before you to show you all the shortcuts. So we did. And we got her from one team member to about 12 in 2 years. Went from literally zero money up to about 850,000 in 2 years. She worked hard for it, but we got her there in the end. And if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll get the same results forever. You're eventually going to resent your team. pay yourself less, you're working long hours, struggling to pay the bills, lots of white spaces, staff taking advantage of you, employing the wrong people, no money, no profits, sleepless nights, and crying in despair. And the reality is, we just want success. That's all we want. Like I shared with you my 9 steps. Like, first of all, you're going to have to get some more new clients if that's where you are now. And that's one of the first things we work with you. Second, we increase how much client spends. We work on your client journey, work on how much your client spends, and that's giving the client a bit more love. And we have a great consultation that we share, and it gets all your team on board because you won't do this alone. You need to do it with your team members. And then we get to clients return sooner. We build a keep in touch strategy for you. So once we know clients come in, that's what we use to fill our white spaces. It's very, very effective. And then we control your spending. We start looking at your profits, start getting you some money to put away for a rainy day. Then we want you to be more profitable, of course, and then make some real money. We introduce profit now into your business where you can have that lazy 50, 60, 70, or even maybe you'd be like so-and-so that's got 100,000 in their profit account right now. And then we teach you how to find good team members, our secret tips and tricks of finding good team members. And then, of course, systemize your salon. And then, of course, building a training academy just for your team so you don't have to do it anymore. These are the 9 steps that we believe to get your salon to a profitable salon lifestyle. And you can't skip a step. And sometimes you might go to step 4 and you're going to come back down to step 1. That's okay. But you got to know when to do that. And that's when you have a coach that'll be helping you like, okay, stop working on that now. We're going to have to come down to here because that's where your focus should be. And so many salon owners don't see that. They just start working on the wrong things at the wrong time. They don't need them. And the reality is it can all come crumbling down pretty quickly. So guys, while you're here, we've come to the end of the workshop, and I'm looking for 5 salon owners to join us. We take on 5 salon owners a month. So if the link, what you're going to give you in a second, does not work, there's a good chance we've taken on all 5 and you'll be taken to a wait list. But right now we're looking for 5 salon owners that understand that the old way isn't working for them anymore and they want a new way. They've realized they've tried it that way and now they want to try it the new way. And I can only take on 5, but there will be a wait list. So if you don't get in, that's okay. We'll contact you if you want to do that. And I did some research before this workshop. So I contacted Coach A. He charges $1,500 a month, and all you get is fortnightly calls for 1 hour with you work with them over the telephone. That's all. One-to-one. That's all they offer. Coach B, they charge $6,000 for 6 months. Modules and 2 group Q&As and no one-to-ones. You can't speak to a coach one-to-one about any private issues at all. And Coach C, they charge $2,000 for a 3-month course with no one-to-ones, with only videos to watch. And they don't offer nothing at all. So I think we offer the best value for money in the salon coaching space right now. We set up a 30% increase in your business, so it's personable to you. It's built around your business. It's not copying somebody else's. It's just bespoke to you. We give you your monthly numbers. We track your number of clients you do, your takings, your average bill, your weeks in between, and we give you a report on that and a few other things every single month. We check in with you every month and we advise on our findings and tell you what to do. We give you access to our community of like salon owners just like you that want to grow their business for employed model and no negative Nancy's. And you'll never be alone again. There'll be always someone to bounce ideas off. And you'll know what to work on. Remember, most people are spending so much time working on the wrong thing. They don't even know what to work on. They're just wasting their time. There's group teaching, so you'll all learn together, so you're not alone. We have one-to-one help. We are available 24 hours a day. We're in both countries, in Australia and here in the UK. You can contact us and get some advice anytime you want. Profit and loss check-ins. Most coaches won't even go down the avenue looking at your profit. We do. We want to make sure you're profitable. We don't just want to make sure you increase takings. We want to make sure you're actually making some money out of this. And of course, we want you to set up a profit share for your team. We want you to hopefully earn so much money you give back to them. They are the ones, after all, that are making you the money. And hundreds of hours of teaching and previous recording and templates is ready for you. And of course, we have something super, super secret that we're going to show in a second. So guys, if you really do want to try the new way, if you're tired of doing what you've always done, like if you're tired of just winging it And if you're tired of realizing it's just not getting there, I'm over it, then today you can join us if you're one of the lucky five for only $5.97 per month. And that makes me your cheapest employee, costing less than an apprentice. Guys, you can see the value in working with a coach, holding you accountable, making sure that we can hit your numbers, showing you what to work on. We know we can make you money. You can see by working on the right things how much money we're going to make you. Our promise is to try and get you a 30% increase. We'll set you that with a goal, and that's going to be our goal together. And you pay me less than what you'd pay a first year apprentice. It's a no-brainer, really. But this shouldn't cost you a penny. To cover our fees, we'll need to increase takings by $150 a week, 300 Australian dollars. If you think that if you implemented everything we've shown you today and we hold your hand and we still cannot increase your salon takings by a measly $150 a week, then you should consider not joining us. Like, it's 2 clients a week. If you think we can't do that for you, then you shouldn't. If you think we can, then you should. It's only 137 a week, 2 new clients, 2 return clients, or increase your average spend by £3. We can do this time and time and time and time again. If you follow the procedures, you're going to do this with ease. I'm going to expose the secret. Now, first of all, we have a tag on this website. So when you see this, we know when you joined. So every month, the first 3 people that joined us, every single week, we give them this free gift. We're building a salon marketing management machine that will organize your life. First of all messages to Messenger, Instagram, Google, My Business, SMS, emails, TikTok, all come into one place so you never miss a message again. How annoying is it as a salon owner that people are messaging you in WhatsApp, emails, TikTok, Instagram, messaging, the whole caboodle, and you got to go through your phone to try and find it and you lose it. Only today, I was speaking with my partner and we just implemented this in her salon. We still have salons, by the way. And she said, oh no, someone's messaged me on Google My Business. I never go in there. And this person was asking for a wedding to book 3 people into her salon. She's got in touch with them and they booked in, and she's now made £120 from that. Now, the reality was she would have missed that. So now, like, her team have access to this and she'll never miss a message again. Number 2, a social media planner and scheduler. So in this machine, you'll be able to put your TikToks, your X, your Instagram, including your Reels and Stories, and Facebook, social media planner, all in one place for you and your team to collaborate on this machine. And of course, Google My Business Review. Get all your Google reviews. You can ask your clients for reviews. If you naturally get a review on Google, AI that we're going to build in there for you will take over and respond for you, so you don't have to. So the moment that someone writes, AI takes over and says, thank you very much. But we can only give these to 3 salons a week. So wherever you see in this video right now, if you are clicked in here, you'll get the bonus. If you are one of 3, I promise you, you'll get one of them. Now, guys, I know what you're probably thinking. Why should I give this stranger my money? Is he just going to run away and hide? Well, I've been doing this now for close to 9 years. This is all I do for my living. I'm active on social media. You can go and search for me. There's not many people out there that say bad things about me, hopefully. And there's a lot more people out there that say good things about me, which is fantastic. So this is what I do for a living. So I'm not going to steal your money. I'm not going to do a runner. The moment that you join us, literally you will get an email come through to welcome you to get access to certain things and some numbers we need. My assistant will reach out to you and get you onboarded. We'll then book you on a one-on-one call, an action plan call straight away. There's a lot of things that we do behind the scenes to get you up and running within the first week. We also offer you a 30-day love it or leave it, which means it's an absolute no-brainer. 100% no risk at all. I'm taking all the risk. You can come in, pay me the $5.97 right now, come and join, book a call with me. We'll set you a plan for the year, 30% growth. We'll give you the number plan so you know exactly what to do. We'll give you some systems, some tricks. You'll get access to all my stuff. And on day 29, you say to me, hey, Richard, I don't want it. I don't like it anymore. It's not for me. We'll give you 100% of your money back. So theoretically, your first 30 days are free if you don't like it. But we're hoping that you do. Maybe you're thinking some of these things. I'm rubbish with numbers. That's okay. We have lots of salon owners that join us, and numbers are not their thing. We have simple systems that make it easy for you. We're hairdressers. We've been salon owners. We know we don't like numbers. We don't see them. We're creative people. So we've made it as easy as possible for people like you. I feel stupid showing you my numbers. Don't ever worry about that. We have owned salons and we've been exactly where you are now. There is nothing that you can shock us with. I can remember people saying to me, "How you doing, Richard?" "Oh, we're doing great. We're doing great." But then when I tried to sell my business, I was embarrassed to show people my figures. That was my very first salon. Like, if you want to show your accountant, "Oh, please don't tell me off." Oh, scary, right? We've seen it all before. We've been salon owners. We've been there. I'm embarrassed how much debt I'm in. I've been there myself. I promise. It was hard to get out of debt, but I know the fastest way can empathize with you and we can help. I remember one year, I went to my accountant at the end of the year and he said, "Hey, Richard, you owe 60,000 to the tax man." I'm going, "You joking? We're making so much money. I'm paying myself 3,500 a week. The salon's doing way over three quarters of a mil. How can we possibly do that?" And they went, "Well, you didn't pay a bill." I had the money. I had to phone the tax office and say, "Can you put it on credit for me?" So we've been there. We know it happens. It's natural. There's a lot of people that come to us that are in debt and got their VAT or their GST on a payment plan. And our job is to hopefully keep you some enough profit to pay that off. "I'm too busy, Richard. I don't have enough time." Okay. You know what? Stay as you are. Like if you're not going to dedicate any time to grow your business, stay as you are. You know the alternative. Like, you don't need to dedicate a lot of time. 3 hours a week is enough to start with until we start earning you some money so you can back off a bit more. But you've got to dedicate some time to this. It's like buying a gym membership and go, "Well, I'm not going to go. Well, I got fit yet." No, you've got to go to the gym and put some effort in. I don't know how to find my numbers. That's okay. Don't worry. My assistant, Andrea, bless her, she dives into a lot of salon software companies. So she probably knows a lot of yours already. We have templates to help you, and if not, we'll dive in and we'll pull them out ourselves. I don't know where to start. That's okay. We have an onboarding system that will hold your hand all the way. Guys, like, if you are stuck, if you don't know what to do, just join us. I promise you that we will not quibble about our 30-day guarantee. Let's get you onboarded. Let's see if we can get you started. Let's see if we can get to the next stage. And if it's not for you, that's fine. I'll give you a full refund, no quibs at all. But let's at least make an effort to find out if it's for you or not. I'm scared to commit in case I can't afford it later. We hope to make you enough money that fast enough that we're an investment, not a bill. If things don't work out, that we don't do any contracts, so you can pause or cancel anytime you like. We hope it never comes to that. We hope you always have enough money. I believe, and I truly believe this, that most salon owners we get to see are losing so much money. Like, you're losing tens and tens and tens of thousands of monies not knowing what we know. So by us implementing things in your business, even if we don't increase taking straight away, you'll be instantly making money. And that's the key. Otherwise, you'll be losing money forever and you'll never get there. What if I don't like it? Well, we talked about that already. We do the 30-day love it or leave it. It's simple. Just we'll end and give you a full refund. If it's over the 30 days, we'll cancel you with no quibs at all. Guys, if you want to get started now for just $5.97 a month, that makes me your cheapest employee, costing you less than an apprentice. I want to thank you for spending an hour with me. You're probably at the crossroads now thinking, "What do I do?" Some of you guys will go, "I'll think about it," and away you go, and you'll never come back to it. And 6 months later, you're going to be exactly where you are now. The best thing you can do is just jump on. You've got nothing to lose. I will pay for your first month, remember. If you don't like it, it won't cost you a penny, and you'll have all that information to take with you and a plan of action if you need it. So below you'll see a link. Once you click that link, come and join us. We'll be notified. As soon as we're notified, my system will reach out for you. We'll get you onboarded. We'll book your call as soon as possible. And that way we can actually figure out what holes are in your business and start fixing them.